And here we have 79 fishing coming in. We're getting one step closer to leaving fishing for a while. Whew. And there we have 80 fishing finally coming in. I think it's about time to do something else. I think we're gonna work on farming and herb lore so we can start making our way back to Wintertot soon. And that's 33 farming. Already setting the standard for for this series, huh? Already missing levels. 25 herb lore. Yoink! And that's 34 farming. We're actually ready for type farming now. If we take a look at our bank as it stands right now, we don't really have anything super worthwhile. We have a few strength potions and attack potions from herb lore. We have a few burnt pages and some other resources that we got from Wintertot. And some mithril ore, iron ore, and coal from leveling my mining, as well as some random logs. We have some cut gems, trying to get our early crafting levels up because they actually matter in Wintertot, so I've been using them frequently. We do have a halo. This was one of the first things I grinded out on that account. I just went to Castle Wars and I purely just AFK'd it because even though it's not a best in slot for a lot of things, since I'm going to be praying a whole lot, it's actually one of my favorite items in the game. All of the halos I really enjoy wearing, so I am going to be wearing that a lot over, I think, miters. Miters do have better prayer bonus, but honestly I prefer the halos, so I'm probably going to be wearing those a lot more. Otherwise, we have a few marks of grace. Cakes are our primary food for Wintertot, and then we just have some random seeds from thieving as well as the rogue's outfit. That's pretty much as our bank stands right now. It's just some random foods and runes left over and some of the pyromancer gear. Other than that, this is essentially what our bank stands like right now, and I'm hoping that we can improve this very soon and start to make our bank look worthwhile. Boom! That's 26 herb lore. And there we got ourselves 27 herb lore. Now we're actually getting pretty close to getting this 30, so soon enough we're actually going to be able to finish up Barrack Diary, which is going to be very nice. After that, we're probably going to resume mining for a bit, try to finish just far enough so we can get ourselves the mining gloves. And then hopefully by that time we're 72 mining and we can return to Motherlode mine until we're approximately 85 mining. And there's 28. While we were waiting for a lot of our herbs to grow, I think it's about time to start working on the Barrack Diary. So one of the issues we have right now is that we're 2 experience points away from 15 HP, and I would actually like to avoid getting 15 HP as much as I can, simply because, well, it's not going to be very nice to have for Wintertot. I prefer to keep it at 14 HP because at 15 I take 1 more damage from something I can't remember exactly which one that is. That is unfortunate, so I'm gonna have to figure out some way to actually do it. Alright, so we're finally in here. I think we can use this on the sink. Oh, we can't. I guess it looks like we have to buy a bucket. While we're in Barrack Square, I actually realized I think part of the diary is to buy newspaper. Yeah. Nice, that's one more thing to kick off, and I think we need a bucket. Hopefully a bucket will do. And let's fill it over here, and hopefully that will give us soft clay. Let's see. Yeah, cool. Ooh, we got ourselves a random event. Now, what will it give us? Sapphire, that's disappointing. Alright, so we just arrived at the sawmill. I think, yeah, I'm fairly sure we're doing two things here. We're getting a log inside of here, and then we're turning it into a plank. By plank, yeah. So, I think we'll have to mine iron ore down here and fix with the bones, as well as do the very last thing, which would then be the pottery wheel. Alright, we're gonna yoink us a iron ore. Yoink! Alright, so we're doing the one thing that probably... It's probably the one thing that scares me the most so far. I can't recall if I've done this before. Oh, apparently I have. Alright, let's climb down the ladder. Yes, I know it's dangerous. Is that... Did that count? I have so many informations. Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright, cool. So, we got that step finished, and now we're gonna work ourselves back. And I think it's about time I start figuring out how I'm gonna do something about that bone, because I'll be needing it, and I don't want to get that level. Alright, so after some thinking, I've realized one small detail that I remember seeing a long time ago, and I'm hoping that this will work. But what is unfortunate is that this is kind of cheating, right? And I really don't want to do this generally. Like, I don't want to get any help from any other accounts or something like that. But this is just one of those moments where I just have to do it, and hopefully... Yes, okay, it worked, it worked. So I can now just use these bones on the dog. Awesome. We actually completed it. Kind of feel pretty bad about it, but I think it was something that I needed to do. But obviously, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's just bones. I did not actually give myself something extremely significant. It's just a saving of time sort of deal. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna check out is how much kudos I have. I haven't actually counted anything yet. I have already done the museum quiz because I needed the hunter levels, so that's done. So I should be pretty far along the way. And I have, as far as I know, I have only done 2 quests that should give me kudos. But I'll go upstairs and talk to this guy, and we'll see if it's enough or not. Alright, let's take a look. I have some information that might be of your use. Observatory, Grand Tree, Mauritania. Okay, so I might actually have gone further than I thought. Alright, cool. I actually got 53, that's exactly as much as I do need. So let's just talk to the curator and... Hello. Awesome. I think that only leaves us with 1 or 2 steps left, right? Yeah, it's just a soft clay and then we're done. So let's make our way to Barbarian Village, and that should wrap it up. Okay, so here's the very last thing. I forgot the darn clay. Alright, this time around I actually have the clay with me. I think we use it on the potter's wheel first. It's a bowl. And then we use the unfired bowl on the pottery oven. Boom. Alright, so we have the entire Varrock diary ready, but we're not actually going to talk to the guy yet, because he will give us a, whatever those are called, a lamp. And we cannot actually use that lamp yet, or rather, we cannot use it on Herblore. And that is the exact thing we want to use it on. And since we can't bank it, I'll actually just wait to talk to him. Once we finish up the Herblore levels, then we can go and speak to him, claim those... claim that lamp, and then finally we can make our way to the Motherlode mine and start working that thing. In turns, I'm gonna do some tree runs, and once I'm finished with the mining levels, I've decided that that's when I'm gonna do tithe. It's probably gonna be more efficient since I do already have some. I do already have quite a few tree seeds, so it would be a waste not to use them early on, since this is probably the only time they're actually gonna be useful for me. But I'm also thinking, since I do have some of these hardwood tree seeds, I might just unlock Fossil Island so I can start utilizing those as well. Because I believe that these trees are, the teak trees are 38. Let's take a look. Here, 35 even, so that's even better. So guys, the next step is gonna be wrapping up the herb lore levels, and then we're gonna wrap up mining, hopefully, as well as farming pretty neatly together. So there are a few things I'd like to discuss with you guys, because the future of this account has a lot of specific things with it that are restricted, and it's very unfortunate actually. For one, we don't have access to fairy rings because they're locked behind Nature Spirit. A lot of the diaries are actually locked behind that very quest, which also is very unfortunate. But besides from that, I think one of the most annoying parts would probably be the fact that we cannot enchant a skills necklace. And this is pretty sad actually, because due to the addition of the farming guild the other day, it's actually very, very good. And due to the fact that I have no access to the fairy rings, I have no access to the skills necklace, those are the two things that actually get people there. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to use the minecart system, which is very inconvenient. I don't even think it's even remotely close of getting there. But let's just take a quick look, because if we go over to Saya here, we have the Kebos Lowlands over here and the farming guild right here. So, as it stands, probably the closest place I'm gonna be able to get is the Khared's Memoirs, and then I'll have to walk all the way over to the boat, and then take the boat over, and then walk the rest of the way. I think I can only take it from here to here, which from then I'll have to walk through these shamans and everything. So I don't think it's gonna actually be viable for me to do it, which really sucks, because this area in general, I'm gonna have to go to a lot due to the fact that Konar is really, really good, especially for Ironman, and due to the fact that there's lizards inside of there that I'm gonna be wanting to farm because of the iron ore, the gold ore, and the medium clue scrolls. It's just too many things to pass up on. So we'll see how I deal with it, but there's a large chance that I do not bother with recurring content in the farming guild, and primarily just focus on Konar over there, because the trips back and forth are gonna be a pain. Another thing I also think is gonna be worthwhile discussing is how I'm gonna take care of leveling crafting. And as it stands right now, I believe that the majority of what I'm gonna be doing is actually creating gold bracelets, which will mean in turn that I will be spending a lot of money to level my smithing as well alongside with that, which unfortunately is close to being completely useless. You see, the reason most Ironmen get smithing levels is because of their diaries, right? Since I do not have access to a lot of the higher tier diaries because of the defense requirements, we don't really have an obligation to get them. But since this is gonna be a maxed account, we're gonna have to get those levels anyway. So those are my thoughts right now about this. Besides from that, obviously there's using the charters in Mauritania, which I can then use the furnace, and then bank them or blow them right away, right? Those are probably gonna be some of the few ways I can do it. Due to the restriction of not having lunars and other sorts of things, crafting is probably gonna be a hurdle, but it's gonna be fun trying to see what we can do with this. But for right now, I think this is gonna mark the final part of episode number 1. I'm sorry it hasn't been very exciting so far. It's mostly as levels, But once we finish up Wintertot, that's when the series is gonna take off. So I encourage you to subscribe if you think you're gonna enjoy the later content, because I will be pumping out videos soon enough of this. So I really hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, give me a like. If you didn't like it, give me a dislike. Give me your opinion, give me feedback. I want to make this as good as I can for you guys. So please, feedback. Other than that, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll talk to you guys later.